top of the day to you, my good friend. It is so nice to see you once again.
It is great to see you as well. I hope all is going good.
I was speaking with a friend last week and he mentioned something about critical thinking. I kind of have an idea what critical thinking is, but I pretended that I understood what he was talking about. In reality, I was just nodding my head so I did not appear to be stupid. I am glad I ran into you, so I can ask you what critical thinking actually is.
First we have to understand that critical thinking is a skill and not something we are born with, so we can all learn to become critical thinkers, which will aid us in making better decisions.
Welcome to MTM at 10 a.m.
I am your host for tonight.
No, I'm your host, Marissa Fowler.
No, I was myself.
Your co-host.
I was going to be the host. I'm the host for tonight.
Okay.
Tonight's topic.
No,
Remember
not
that.
tonight's topic
No, I was
is.
the host.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, remember?
Okay, you get this one.
Good. Tonight's topic is a mind-boggling story. Critical thinking.
You didn't even mention Taylor.
Oh, yeah. We also had Taylor go out in the streets and ask people what they thought about critical thinking. Taylor, take it away.
Well, my name's Taylor, and I'm here with, what's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica. And I'm here with...
Joseph Waller.
All right. Can you see your name,
Tiffany.
please?
Desiree.
All right, cool. And we are inside of... Where are we? We're here in... What store are we in? Because we keep going around. PacSun, all right. I'm here with the manager of PacSun, right?
Yes.
Manager. And what is your name?
I'm Kaylee.
Kaylee, I'm Taylor. And we're going around and we're asking people what they think or how would they put towards what critical thinking is to them.
Oh gosh.
Or what would you say in your own words? What is critical thinking?
Just thinking something through 100%.
Okay. Okay.
Looking at it from every different view possible.
So how would you say you apply critical thinking to your everyday life as an ice skating rink, or if you were to be the train driver at the zoo?
I use apps.
Apps? You use apps for critical
I critically think about, I'm tired, I'm going to use an app. Instead of doing this math on this tiny micro reading, I'm going to use my app.
So like a financial aid kind of helping, okay, for like your bank statements.
Yeah, because I'm a mom, I don't sleep, so I think this is a critical situation, I don't want to think.
You're
so
right.
I use an app.
Alright, and what do you do, Joseph Waller?
I'm a truck driver.
Nice. Well, I have a couple questions here for you. What does critical thinking mean to you?
Very detailed and things all in order.
Okay. Like define it, I guess, is probably a simpler way of putting it.
Critical thinking, personally, what I've used it for is putting it in like real life situations.
Okay.
So critical thinking, how would you solve it in real life? Or using context clues, things around you to try to figure out like real life problems, as opposed to sticking an algebraic equation in front of you and asking you to figure it out, putting real life situation behind it in order for you to figure it out.
So how would you say you apply critical thinking either to your job or like your everyday life?
Well, for job, we are constantly re-merchandising the store. The company gives us standards of what we're supposed to do. However, we can do whatever we want to with those standards, basically. So, you know, just trying to figure out how to make the store where people will want to shop and make the outfits and spend money ultimately, because that's what we're here for.
That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you? She doesn't even make the nachos right, so.
Hi, my name's Taylor, and I'm here with Portia and Miss Donna, and I'm going to ask them a couple questions. Miss Donna, what do you do for a job?
I'm a financial consultant and I train horses.
Oh, nice.
I can't think of a specific example because kind of on the spot right now.
Yeah, understandable.
No, you're fine.
So,
back to you in 2 days.
But I do use it every single day. When thinking about how many, like hypothetically, how many hours I'm supposed to use and how many hours certain people are allowed to go to, and without trying to go over my hours, thinking about like prioritizing and figuring out what needs to go first, what can be the last thing to get done, or who is the best job for this or who's the best job for that. So I use it every single day. I try to use it every single day.
Yeah.
If it'll let me.
I think critical thinking is the ability to assess your surroundings, incorporate your past experiences, your knowledge and your wisdom to define the situation, find the solutions.
How would you say you apply critical thinking to your everyday life? Maybe a specific
Well,
example?
I have a number of situations that I've gone through in my life, such as losing a child at 7 hours old with a hospital mistake. I had breast cancer, stage 4 breast cancer, and survived that.
Wow.
And have lost my job at that point in time. And I had to recreate my skills, my career. And I used my communication skill from college. And instead of being in a sales position, I became a financial analyst.
And would you say kind of your way of communicating people, or what you've learned as far as skills with communicating people with people, helps you in your financial job?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But probably my best communication skills have been learned through my work with animals.
With this nice little thing here. She's so sweet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for answering our questions. We've been having issues
Oh, you're so
trying to track people
welcome.
down,
You're
so.
welcome, Taylor.
Well, you have a good night, and I'm so glad you were able to make it through those traumatic experiences.
Thank you. Well, God bless you. Critical thinking is a wonderful skill that I really hope more and more people develop and learn about.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
In society.
Thank you, Taylor.
And after this message, we'll have a breaking story of a young, charming man preying on older women.
He's just selling candles.
No, we need ratings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Crime candles. Welcome back to MMT.
Nope.
AT&T?
No, that's wireless.
Oh, yeah, that's right. TMNT.
Nope, that's Ninja Turtles.
Okay. Welcome back to MTM.
Tonight's food for thought. People need to critically assess their situations. We're live on the scene with Taylor.
Thank you, girls, for tuning me in here. We're actually in the neighborhood where we have some reports that this so-called criminal mastermind has been known to be seen. These poor old women are generally the victims to this so-called criminal, selling them candles. We are trying to see if we can happen to spot... Oh, we got him! We actually got this victim! Okay. Ma'am! What happened?
That young whippersnapper over there is trying to sell me, makes like he's trying to sell me something. He's just trying to scam me. He's doing all these old people in this community have had that guy coming around.
Well, ma'am, I will go and get my keys and I'm going to track him down. Let's go, Cameron, get in the car right now. He could be anywhere. He could be doing anything. He could be, I don't know, victimizing another woman as we speak. And Bob is going to kill me if I don't get this story, okay? Okay? Cam?
What?
I think I hit feral predator.
off.
I don't know what just happened. I think I got a concussion.
Excuse me.
I feel terrible. Can you buy these candles to make me feel better?
I'm not gonna buy one of your candles.
They smell really good.
Well, I mean, you have strawberry? Well, no! I'm not gonna fall for your prank, okay? Going around victimizing these older women.
Well, you see, in 2016, people don't use their brains to think as much as they used to, and I can sort of trick them into thinking these candles actually cost that much.
Well, sir, I don't care what you think you're doing, but I think if I was a lawyer, you would be in jail. Well, there you have it, Bob. He's selling candles to old women. And he's getting away with it. And making a lot of money, unlike me. Okay? So, come on, Cam. We're here at Carol Richardson's home, the woman you have seen earlier in my attempt to catch the criminal, which I did proudly. And to my knowledge, she's the only woman who has not fallen for this scheme. Carol, can you please tell me exactly what happened when he came up to you?
Well, he came up to me with this briefcase and then these papers, like he wanted me to take some kind of test because he said he had these candles, which cost $1,000 a piece because of the rare place where they were made, somewhere overseas, and that they make you smarter, that from the test that they match up the candle that's just for you, and then it makes you smarter. Well, who ever heard of such a thing? I mean, no candle costs $1,000. I don't care where it's made. So I just caught on to him right quick that he was just trying to scam me. And I had been hearing about this on the news, how some little whippersnapper was running around here, going house to house, to especially older senior citizens like myself. And so I just, with my critical thinking, I summarized that this was a scam, and I just told him to take his little suitcase and get away from me. And besides that, whoever saw a 16-year-old with a suit?
Oh, good point. Thank you, Carol. Back to you, girls.
There's not any left. Smell this. It's actually really good.
Wow, where'd you get this from?
Thanks, Taylor. And we'll be back
After this.
You look very presidential.
How did you get yours on? Can't even.
It just all sort of happened. Here, put your glasses on.
Right.
Hides the deceptiveness in your eyes. It's what all politicians do.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, it's primary season.
And that's all anybody here is talking about.
Did you see the debates last night?
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah, there was a lot of debating and talking and people.
Yeah.
Questions everywhere. Yes, this is our gym. Taylor's live on the scene with this one.
Yeah. Take it away, Taylor.
Hey guys, it's really loud out here at the Democratic debate, but Bernie Sanders did just say something very interesting that I would like the tape to roll back, please.
Today in America, We have more people in jail than any other country on earth. African American youth unemployment is 51%. Hispanic youth unemployment is 36%. It seems to me that instead of building more jails and providing more incarceration, maybe, just maybe, we should be putting money into education and jobs for our kids.
That's a good point, Bernie. I actually interviewed a couple people on those points, and we're going to go look at those right now. We're here with Miss Melissa, who has been convicted of a small crime, and she's agreed to answer some questions pertaining to this about how it's affected her life. So one in particular I'd like to start off with, Miss Melissa, is what are some obstacles you've had to deal with due to this small infraction on your record?
One thing in particular that definitely has affected me is when my children became of school age. And, you know, nowadays they do background checks on all the parents. And so being a stay-at-home mom, I was involved in, you know, their school activities and stuff. And that showed up on my record. And if you have any kind of background whatsoever, then you're not allowed at the school or to be left alone with the children and supervise on field trips and things like that. And it was really a big deal for me because you don't want other people knowing your history. It's personal. And being that I was not quite yet an adult, it still shows up on my record because by law I was considered an adult. So,
can you please go into more detail exactly what this offense was that was pretty much holding you back from being able to go to your children's school events and things?
Well, I was 17 and I was living on my own. I had my own apartment, and I had a boyfriend that was verbally, mentally, emotionally, and quite physically abusive. And the one time that I fought back and with a skillet pen, I was taken to jail and charges put against me, as well as him, for the domestic violence. And I was 17, and so at that point you're considered an adult, and it stayed on my record ever since then, you know, for anything that comes up.
Well, can you tell me what the outcome was of that offense? What happened?
Actually, the charges were dropped. However, that charge still remains on there. So when an employer or anybody does a background check, which anybody can do one these days for numerous reasons, it still shows there. And in the case of my children at school, it shows that it's there. And, you know, people's opinion and view of me changed. You know, they, you know, tend to look at you in a different way, or maybe judge you on what kind of parent you must be, or what kind of, you know, person, or maybe they don't want your kids to hang out with, you know, your kids at your house and stuff, because I don't know, people's minds can go anywhere. But
you told me that you've kind of had a rough life, and something I would like you to expound upon here is when your divorce happened and how it kind of, alcohol was an outlet for you to go and turn to.
You're right. I have had a rough life from a very young age, and as you mentioned, my divorce, I had problems up to that point, and I started going through a bad divorce, and started depending on alcohol to numb my feelings and to deal with the circumstances. I had tried to get sober, stay sober at least, and I had been sober for quite some time. But a situation I couldn't deal with emotionally, I ran to numb myself again with alcohol and drove. And it's affected me. I'm at a different point in my life, and I wanted to go back to school. And the original career path that I wanted to go down or achieve, I couldn't do that because of the offense that I have. And it shows moral ineptitude. And, you know, some employers, you know, again, judge you by that. It doesn't matter if you've been rehabilitated. I've been sober for quite some time, and it's still on there. Like I said, your judgment and your character is in question. And again, like I said, I had to change my career path, and it's still in the general area of what I want to do, but it's not what I wanted to do. So because by law, you can't, you know,
So because of these offenses, you can no longer do the job that you wanted.
Correct.
And what was the job that you wanted to do?
Well, different fields in counseling. I wanted to work with young girls that were at risk. Human services or the government, you can't go in those areas. So what I've decided to pursue is a degree in licensed chemical dependency and help somebody else that has the same problem that I've had to deal with.
So that kind of leads me to the question of what's your opinion on how our country treats or views people with these minor offenses such as yourself, and do you really think it's fair as far as getting a job or going to your child's school and whatnot?
No, I don't think it's fair. I can understand how people like myself are viewed. We are all categorized and lumped together in a lot of different ways, but especially while you are in jail for these offenses, if you are arrested and you have to go to jail, they treat you like you're dirt, a dog. They speak to you that way. They think that they can treat you that way because you're in that environment, you're in their environment, and it really damages you emotionally when you are helpless in situations like that. There's people that really have true problems, and they work very hard to overcome them. So, like I said, the resources are there, but even when you get out and you're done with all that, the odds are still stacked against you. I mean, the government doesn't really have anything in place or actively seek any of the solutions out, and society still has, their opinion about you and the standards that you just, quite can't meet.
So with talking to you and getting to know you about your nonviolent case, I can kind of conclude for myself that our government and our society is more worried about the punishment for these people who have committed these nonviolent crimes rather than the rehabilitation to get past what they have done. And so in essence, our society and our government is not critically thinking about how they're affecting these nonviolent cases and how they're preventing them from being better people, which essentially they are saying they want them to be. And so with that, back to the studio to wrap up our show, girls.
Thanks for watching, and tune in for next time
when we talk about the city's feral cat problem.
I think I am beginning to understand. To become a critical thinker, one must be highly skeptical of all information and assumptions. We must be able to distinguish between an argument based on solid logic and an argument based on informal fallacies, false assumptions and misinformation.
Yes. If we all take that approach, then we'll at least ensure ourselves that we have the capacity to form good decisions based on solid logic.